1, 2 testing. Hi. I come back. We are, what's the math here? 9 days, like a week and 2 days after the 8/8 portal, which has definitely changed my life. In a way that none of the, honestly, in a way that I expected the previous 8/8 portals to do, but they did not, because clearly I just wasn't ready. And blessed be to the Almighty and to Amadlozi, because clearly I'm ready now. What's happening is happening, and it has been happening, and I feel really grounded and like it's worth me returning to this work and being for fucking real. I am a human, so this is going to happen more often than not throughout the journey that I have ahead with this work that I'm doing. So yeah, I guess this was the first like dip that interacted with this work, affected my consistency, affected how often I could claim I was going to be on here, what my energy would be like, and all of that. But in case anyone wasn't aware, I take this shit very seriously. It brings me a lot of happiness and joy to pull cards. I love tarot. So even if I drop off of doing this for a really long time, I'm always going to come back because I really, really love to do this. So, hi. And I hope that people watching the playback, the same mistake, right? I'm never going to say playback right. I hope anyone watching the playback is well. And that this portal has treated you well. And if anything, at the very least, and I did tweet about this, I hope that it gave you some insight on your empowerment levels and how you can go about feeling more powerful within yourself, about your identity, whatever identity it is that you may be choosing, or whether or not you choose to identify at all, because I know that some of us are on that level right now where we've been struggling so long with choosing a specific way of being, that we're tapping into the freedom of not identifying with anything as yet and just kind of floating in freedom. I know a lot of people around me are doing that, which is nothing. Like, I think that people who don't understand that, who don't understand the process of shedding your identity so that you can pick and choose and play around with who you want to be. Some people get offended by that. People who don't get it, they get offended, or they take it personally, and it's not personal. And if you don't get what I'm saying, then I think that you will, because I think we're still going through this collective awakening process right now. It feels like it's on a very new level since the 8/8 portal. And yeah, again, hopefully, regardless of what's happening in your daily life, I hope that you can have fun through everything. This is in Tarot&CHILL number 10. So, shout out to me. Yeah, I wish I had that little soundboard where I could press a button for the applause. I would have done this 10 times. Yeah. I love this so much. I'm never going to stop. I'm going to get to 100 and still feel like I can just keep going. When I feel grounded enough to be able to hold my own in the chaos of like live reading, I would love to go about doing it one day. Hi, Queen. How are you? Guys, when you're dealing with readers and stuff, I just want to remind you that, you know, it's like dealing with actual people, right? It's like you're dealing with an actual person with actual energies. So I wouldn't recommend that you just slide right in and say, I want to ask something. You know, do your due diligence. Hi, Queen. How are you? I hope you're well. Greet, you know? I'm fine. Thank you. It depends on how you feel going to the church. I'll pull a card and see what the cards have to say. And just by the way, I feel like I have to keep mentioning, I'm using the intuitive tarot. I forget often, but because I haven't been here in a while. Yeah. Okay, my apologies, Queen. I didn't see. In her church. Wow. Okay. Okay, every time I've shuffled, every time I shuffled, more than one card fell out, and I asked for one card. All right. So it seems like it's good for you, but only because it seems like it's... So, sorry, you have the Three of Rods and the World. Those are the cards that fell out for you. It feels like it's making you feel away. And it feels like the way that this church is making you feel is good for you. The way that it's making you feel is good for you. The feelings may not be good. It feels like it's a bit confusing. But what it will do to you, it feels like it's important for your growth. You're going to have an awakening process through the church. It's not about what they're telling you so much as it is about what it's making you feel. Either you go to the church and you realize that the church isn't good for you because of such and such and such, or it's good for you because of such and such. Like, there's a process here. It feels like it's awakening something in you. Okay, that's it. I think that whatever this church is doing to you, Queen, it's a very personal thing. It feels like you're going through your own personal awakening right now. I guess you can also question yeah. Try to go to church with an open mind. Try to go to church with an open mind. That's all I have. It feels like the experience that you have with this church is very personal. I can't say too much because it's changing the way that you think, but you have to be in control. Yeah. It's a deep spiritual process, Queen. That's all I have. I can't say much else, otherwise it's going to sway the way you think, and you're supposed to think. You are supposed to be in control of the way you think. Okay, cool. So the toxicity is part of your awakening process. At least you know what's toxic according to you. That's what matters most here. Excuse me. I hope everybody is like looking after their physical bodies. I think that whatever's happening now energetically, and I did a reading on this a few readings ago about how these energetic shifts that are happening are going to affect us on a physical level. So you have to do everything you can to show up for your physical body as much as you can. Make sure you stay hydrated. Get in touch with the herbs that work for you. I have a turmeric and lemon tea here. I hate the taste of turmeric. It's kind of torturous, but yeah, turmeric and lemon tea. But it's yeah, sorry. The taste of turmeric is torturous, but when it gets into my body after drinking the tea, I literally feel emotionally uplifted. So try things like that. See how they work for your body. I've also been getting into, sorry, I don't know what the word is now. Hold on. Flower essences. And something that I think is interesting and true for every household is if you look into the flowers that are growing outside of your garden, you'll find that the essence of those flowers happens to be something that is helpful for you and your family. So there are flowers that will encourage you to get in touch with your truth. Flowers that encourage a shedding of fear or an upliftment of the feeling of love, whatever. Even if you don't drink the flower, just taking it and putting it in water and placing it in your space helps with the energy field of your space. No, not with ice, Queen. It's just turmeric, lemon, and hot water. Yeah. I read or heard somewhere that drinking ice cold water actually isn't that great for your metabolism. However, if you feel like you need to drink cold water, then I think, yeah, that's you knowing what your body needs, you know? But yeah, apparently ice cold water first thing in the morning isn't great for you. But I think that your body also needing something like that has something to do with the awakening process that you're going through. Like you're getting like a slap in the face from the inside. Like your eyes are opening up. Something about what you're processing is opening all of your eyes and your senses. I hope I don't get in trouble with playing this playlist. This is a different one. I mentioned before I play from this playlist called Zautura Fela, but today I'm playing from Kula Fe. And he's a very underground, he's a very underground DJ who produces all of his own beats and everything. Hey, Pearl. And yeah, I hope I don't get in trouble for playing his playlist on this live, but this is like one of my favorite playlists in the world. Oh, I already saved it. I'm having a lot of thoughts about this time of all of our lives collectively. I don't know if I'm going to do a reading on it, because I mean today's Sunday, so I technically should, but like I mentioned opening this live stream, it feels, and in the previous readings as well, it feels so intense, man. Like there's nothing that any external force should be able to say or tell you that your own truth can't source on its own. And if you can't source the truth from within, then you've got some work to do and you have to take it seriously now, you know? That's what it feels like. And it feels like anytime I try to do readings or like collective stuff, because it feels like a lot of the people that I read for, or a lot of the people that reach my work are, hey, Pastel Dreams, you can. I'm doing, so this is a tarot and chill. You ask a question, I pull a card for you. Preferably one card, but it depends on what your angels and these cards have to say. So you can just throw your question in and I will pull cards for it. It feels like everybody who connects to my work in these live streams and who's on my frequency, I worry that people are tuning into my work looking for answers. And now is not the time to be looking for answers like that. Like you shouldn't be seeking outside like this. You should be seeking within. And what I offer you through these readings and these cards should be signals and things that can ping an answer within you that is already there. I don't want anyone coming to me or any other tarot reader asking questions and seeking answers that they think can only be found from outside of them. And that's my intention, by the way, as well. With these tarot and chills too. I pull cards to ping the answer that is already within you, not to give you something that isn't already present in you. I'd like to know if A is hooking up with other women. What difference will that make in your life, Pastel Dreams? What difference will that make? It should be about you. I can try pull cards for that. But whatever cards fall out, please be aware that it's going to be relative to you. I can't give you moves on what A is doing. I can only give you moves on what you should do relative to whatever your connection is with A. And I hope that you have that in mind as well. That you're not trying to control A's movements or whatever, but that you're focused on yourself, your morals, and your ideals. And you'll know what to do if A is or isn't hooking up with other women. Yeah. So I've already pulled cards. You got the Sun and Justice. So I'll say that if A is hooking up with other women, you will know and you'll get a very direct answer. It feels like it's something that your gut will even fetch from somewhere. It feels, do you have an answer already? Because if you do, then that answer is likely right, you know? And yeah, you're going to get the answer. You're going to get the answer for this. And you need to, yeah, something about that also just feels like, yeah, I don't know. I want to be careful about this because I can't, I'm speaking from a plane of not really understanding that, like, monogamous culture. I don't identify as monogamous. So I want to be sensitive about what I say and about what it is that you're dealing with emotionally. But I think that what I have for a fact is that if he is with other women, you are going to get the answer. Not from me, but from your own universe, from your own self. He's going to snitch on himself somehow. Or you guys will be together and maybe whoever it is that he's hooking up with happens to send him a message while you're looking. Sorry, and I'm also assuming that A is a man. Identifies as he, him. But you guys will be hanging out together and then you'll glance over at A's phone and you'll happen to see a message from the other woman that he happens to be with. I'm talking about Pastel Dreams. Yeah. You'll get the answer. But I think that you need to try to do your best to focus, Pastel Dreams, on yourself. So that if he is with other women, say he is, what are you going to do? Do you have a way or an avenue of living your life that can keep you at the center of it? I don't know what the nature of your two's connection is, so that I don't know how serious this might rock your world if it is that he is with other women. And I keep saying he, him. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I hope you can focus on yourself regardless. And you'll get justice for it either way. If he's with other women, you're going to know and he's going to get his karma for it. And you should just focus on your joy, focus on what makes you happy. If he's not making you happy, whether or not he's with other women, you should break up with him and leave him alone. Get him out of your life. So Queen. Okay. Sorry, I'm going back. Pearl, can I ask a question? What's next in my love life? You got the wheel, Pearl. Let me just get another card for clarification. Okay. Interesting. Oh, okay, I see. So this card on its own is really lovely because of how it or the way I'm perceiving it, right? I think I'd first took this as great news because of how either way it feels very like God has a hand either way. So you can like sit back and watch everything unfold. Try not to be too impatient about how you want things to work out, where and when. But then you have other cards that fell out that speak of how there's still just give me a second. Okay. Yeah. So Pearl, I don't know if maybe in the life, in your love, it feels like your love life right now, the way that it's playing out has something to do with your personal ability to feel and receive love. It feels like there's a blockage in that somehow. Like it doesn't feel like you're in a very open-handed place. Like you don't really trust people. Yeah. Or you're afraid. You're still in this, in a space of being afraid of being hurt. Please correlate with what I'm saying. Again, with these readings, everyone, I don't say this for certainty. I say it so that we can have a back and forth, you know. You have to let me know so that I can know. And then let you know, and then we work together, you know. This is for Pearl. I'm reading for Pearl right now. So, okay. Thank you, Pearl. So then it feels like the universe is waiting for you to do work for that. Also, though, by the way, anyone in the chat right now, I'm reading for one person, right? But if you catch stompies on what I'm saying, if you catch little bits of things that are like, oh my gosh, that's tea, then it probably is for you. I'm speaking to inside you, you know? Either the light goes ding or it doesn't. Okay, so the rest of the cards, you had the One of Cups in reverse, which speaks of that stagnant feeling, or that like this like blocked feeling within the stream of love and intimacy that can flow into your life. It's like there's a rock in that stream or in that river. And then you have the One of Rods, the Strength card, and the World in reverse, which speaks of like you're almost there. Like you're almost there to turning this upside down and having it right way up. And then the river can flow and your new love can come, and you know, you can connect with people again openly and freely. It feels like if you do connect with anyone right now, it won't be it will not be felt to its greatest potential because of that stagnancy and that fear of trusting people that you still have. So there's still a little bit more shadow work to do. But again, with this card in reverse, you are almost there. This card speaks of greatness, on the brink of greatness. Like it's right there, and it's almost as if, Pearl, if a loving, really perfect relationship, the exact one you prayed for, if it came into your life right now, you wouldn't believe it. You literally would not be able to process it. So it can't come in until you're open enough, heart and mind, body, everywhere, to like believe it. Believe that it's yours. Trust the words that this person is saying to you when they say they are dedicated to you, they love you, da-da-da-da. It feels like you won't trust it all the way. But you're close. With the wheel, that's the first card that came out. You're close. You're so close. We're all so close to something. I actually resonate with these cards in my in my love life on a personal level. So yeah, we're very close. Yeah. But I mean, I hope you also don't, I hope you're not under the impression that just because you're in your 12th house perfection year that you won't get any new love while you're still in that year. Something could still happen, you know? It's just there's still a lot of like layers to uncover about it. But specifically with regards to your love life, if you can just try to be more open. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so beneath the deck, Pearl, you have the Five of Cups, and then you have the Six of Swords, and then you have the Knight of Cups, which is that next love. So again, you're really close, according to this deck. You're 2 cards away. So more shedding to do, but it's going to happen in such divine time. You're going to be mind blown when this love comes in. And it's coming, but there's still more shadow work to do. Awesome. Okay, sorry, I just need to go back. Okay, Queen, your Hinduism journey. Mahakali wants to inform me about. Okay. I'm sorry, I need to ground myself in how to like... Okay, I'm just gonna shuffle, let the cards fall out, and then read the interpretation for you, and then leave it at that. I'm not familiar with Hinduism all the way, so I wouldn't know who Mahakali is that you're trying to connect to, but I hope you know. I hope you know the essence of Mahakali, and I hope you know what you're doing, you know, and who you're choosing to connect to, because this is Hinduism is very intense. It's all very intense. I hope you're not playing about the different deities that you're trying to connect to. Okay. All right. So one card fell. I'm going to take that one card and leave it at that. It was the Empress. I'm going to read the interpretation of Empress and then, yeah, allow you to do what you will with the messages that come from this. This card speaks of abundance, womanhood, great prosperity, and the self-awareness that nourishes as well as receives, bountiful fate, the weaving of destinies one with another, sensuality, fecundity, receptivity, the welcome harvest of love and joy, birthing of new projects, motherhood. So that's what you got, Queen, from Mahakali. I hope that resonated. I'm going to move on to the next question. Or the next statement. Okay, Pastel, I'm seeing your other messages. Okay, so I'm seeing this question, Pastel Dreams. You're talking to other people. How is that going? I don't. You're talking to other people, so you should know how it's going. I don't understand that. I don't understand the tone of that. So if you could clarify that for me, please. Pearl, yes, absolutely. It will be so. Hey, Pearl. Pearl. It's gonna be so worth it, girl. 12th house perfection years are very tough. But you're doing fine. And with the placements that you have, you're so blessed to be going through it at the time that you are. You're so blessed to be going through your 12th house perfection year during a time when all of these transits are happening during such a divine time. It's a very divine time. So you really can be patient and trust that everything's happening according to the way it should be happening. How will it go? Pastel dreams. Everything goes according to how you want it to go. And it feels like you're not sure enough about what you want. So you're going to keep getting tests through these relationships, people, occurrences that are happening so that you can decide what you want. It will go according to how you want it. Choose someone, choose whoever you want that resonates the most with you, and just go for it. Who do you want to be? What do you want? You know? Are you aware of what you want? Yeah. Feels like you're not playing enough with your universe. Or you only believe that the universe is going to answer your prayers and your desires to a certain extent, and then beyond that, I think you need to trust in your universe more. I'm going to pull a general card for your love life and see what happens. Okay, you want a serious connection. Do you know what your serious connection, do you understand what you want from a serious connection? Do you know what your ideal partner looks like, feels like? Or rather not looks, let's go with the feeling. Do you know how your ideal partner makes you feel? What are his characteristics? Okay, I'm going to pull a general card for your love life. See what comes up. Okay, you got the Empress in reverse. I think that maybe you have been very hurt in the past, and you've either been hurt by those things, or you're hurt by the fact that those things didn't work out the way you wanted them to. And now it feels like you're projecting some of that pain onto your current reality, and that's not it. Like in your current reality, there's no pain that belongs, but it feels like you're projecting it. This card in reverse speaks of self-neglect, holding back on a situation that needs full participation. Maternal tyranny, ensnaring and intrusive, lack of boundaries. Inability to grieve, anger used as foil to grief, sterility or poverty, self-indulgence, a tendency to martyrdom, using ill health to blackmail. It's a little bit of an extension of what I was talking about earlier with Pearl, where it feels like your heart is doing something, it's doing this. And your life and your higher self, your soul, whatever words resonate with you that you believe in, your God, whoever you work with, want you to have a more open heart. But some part of you is insisting on keeping it closed. And you have the High Priestess beneath the deck. If you are someone who prays and you haven't, please get into it. Tap into your spiritual beliefs to help you feel a little bit more grounded, because it feels like there could be more grounding in your life that could bring more clarity with regards to like everything. Like if you were more spiritually grounded, you wouldn't even be concerned about whether or not A is speaking to other women. Is he providing you what it is that you ideally want in a serious connection? Does he make you feel more yourself when you're sharing space with him? Do you trust him? You know? Because if you don't, then why are you with someone you don't trust? Feels like you need to be more... You need to look beneath the surface of your everyday experiences. There's something more calling. I hope that helped. Okay, I'll try to pull cards and see. Pastel Dream, sorry, I see your question. Okay, it's an extension of what I've said, Pastel Dreams. It's up to you. If you want it, then go for it and stop being so afraid. You just need to be vulnerable. I can't tell if he's serious about you or not, but the situation is calling for you to be more emotionally vulnerable, honest with yourself and with A. Just try to let go of the fear. It feels like you're very afraid, and that fear is causing a constriction and it's making you tight, and you don't have to be so tight. Try to be free within yourself and just be honest about the way you feel. And then take it from there. Try to be less afraid. Please. Fear doesn't belong in love. And if you're serious about A and you actually do love him, then just tell him and let it happen. Be yourself. Try to be yourself. It feels like... Yeah, it really feels like you're afraid of being yourself. You're afraid of being emotional, vulnerable, intense. In love. Like if you love A, if you like him, if you want to be with him, then tell him and see what happens. Doesn't matter if he's serious about you or not. Are you serious about him? Do you like him? You want to give him another chance? Then give him another chance. Just do it. Just go for it. The universe is trying to encourage this to be you. Take control. Just go for it. Go for it. Queen, I see your messages, my love. I see them. I'm just trying to let out the energy one at a time. You've been asking the same question for a really long time now. And I remember pulling cards in the last Tarot and Chill about what's draining your energy. You speak a lot about spiritual attacks. I really do think that as a person, you need to find a way to be more grounded. Are you doing spiritual work? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Have you found a method that works for you? Because truly, it's been a while. So, well, if he blocked you, Pastel Dreams, then you deserve someone who won't. I don't know why he did that. And I don't even want to look into it, because you deserve someone who's not going to block you after you're vulnerable with them. You definitely deserve better than that. Try not to personalize it. You told him how you feel, and then he blocked you. Block him back and move on. Don't give him another chance. Queen, I'm trying to look into now to see what the cards could say about what's possibly draining your energy. You receive the Page of Rods in reverse, and it speaks of someone adrift in life, confused and angry. Anger turning inwards to become self-destructive, drugs or other addiction, fascination with death, or the depths of the psyche. You need to follow a more spiritual life, queen, and then you'll figure out what's draining your energy. It feels like you, as a spirit or as an energy, you're floating around too much. You need to find something to ground yourself in, and that may possibly be why you're having these challenges with your church. Something about your spiritual life and the way that you lead your life spiritually is calling for you to be more grounded. Find one thing to believe in and believe in it all the way and allow it to change you. Practice more spirituality in your life. If Hinduism is the way that you're going, then tap into that. Start meditating on Mahakali. Hold the image of Mahakali in your mind. Sit for 15 minutes just holding the image, and then meditate, and then try to go about your day with Mahakali in mind. Like, take your spirituality more seriously, you know? To extend on that, queen, it feels like you're gifted. I don't think anyone's gonna, I don't know if anyone understands or anyone in your life has the terms for this, but you travel in between worlds, and as such you have to take your energetic field seriously and take your spirituality seriously, your religion, the things that you believe in, and put your attention on. I'm listening out for more questions now. You're welcome, Pastel Dreams. Pastel Dreams. I don't want to say Pastel as if that's your first name, but you're welcome. I appreciate your thank you. Thank you. I normally do these things. I don't know if I mentioned it in this live stream, but I do these things for about 1 to 2 hours. Today is a good time, so I think I'm going to go for 2 hours and see what happens. It's been 43 so far, so you'll catch me. And you're more than welcome to ask more during this window that I'm here. You can ask as many as you like. Because like I've said in previous live streams, I'm very niche, so the audience I generate is like a little pocket's worth, never more than 10 viewers, which is great. I love that. So you can take advantage of that and ask as many questions as you like. But also please take your own energy seriously and your own ability to find the answers you're looking for. Seriously, take your intuitive power seriously. Please try not to ask me a question about something that you can just sit and meditate on and you'll find the answer, you know? Be sure of yourself. Pastel Dreams, you ask a lot of questions that are always relative to someone else, what someone else thinks, what they're doing. And I will pull cards, but again, I hope that you keep exploring these ideas relative to how you feel. Do you want to move out of your family's house? Is that what you want? Because if that's what you want, then that's all that should matter. You know what I mean? I'll pull cards and see what the situation has to say, but I really think that you need to start focusing more on yourself and how you feel. Start asking yourself what you want and start checking in. It's like, are you afraid of being selfish or inconsiderate? Has someone accused you of do you have like a history of that? And I'm saying this because I recognize this within me as well. Of like being concerned of being selfish and inconsiderate, being so over concerned about that's the only way you live your life, and no one else is living your life but you. You have to be selfish to some extent so that you can live your life. Otherwise, what's the point? You should stop caring about it. Okay, I'm gonna just, okay. You have a lot of major arcana cards. I don't know if you're familiar with tarot at all, but when I do a reading and major arcana cards fall out and the bus load that they have for your readings, I take it to mean that I take it to mean that what's happening in your life right now is extremely spiritual, very much beyond your control. And what you should be prioritizing more than anything is the act of observing. Try to surrender as often as you can. You got the Hermit and the Judgment card. And with these cards falling out, I don't know how I get the sense that maybe your family makes you feel like this and that's why you asked, because it feels like, and sorry for this image, I mean, you can also let me know if it's incorrect, but it feels like this is you and these little things are the snakes, what looks like wolf creatures are not your family per se, but the things that they say to you or the way that they behave around you that makes you think that they want you out. It feels like it's making you feel very alone. And very much like you want to withdraw. Like you wouldn't even be asking this question. You wouldn't mind living with your family and being around if you were in a space that made you feel more loved and seen and heard and understood. It feels like you're going through a phase where you don't feel that. You don't feel those things. But then you got, the Judgment card. So, okay, sorry, I'm not saying the names. This is the Hermit card. You received the Hermit. You received Judgment. And then beneath the deck, you received the World. Which... yeah. Which speaks of... which speaks of a divine awakening. I'm trying to find the words to explain the spiritual change you're going through right now. But it's difficult for me to do without understanding how far your spirituality goes, because spirituality in general is a very sensitive thing for me to address. Yeah. I'm sorry that you felt the need to even ask that question. It sucks when you feel that inclination that like the people you love don't want you around, but you love them. And you do anything to make them happy. Okay, so I think then that, thank you for those messages. I think so, you know, when you go through a life change, you go through something and it feels really lonely and like you're in the dark, you really, it feels like there's nothing or no one to turn to, and you're like lost in a really scary, dark, bad cave. It feels like that may be where you're at in terms of your emotional security. And that's possibly even why you have these questions about A as well. It's like you're searching for a thing to make you feel, you're searching for a source or an experience, whatever, to make you feel safe. Because you don't feel safe right now. You don't feel held. You don't feel emotionally supported or loved or any of those things. And when I feel that way, when I go through challenges like this, I know that it means that I need to connect to my spiritual sense, to whatever my spiritual beliefs are, that I need to pray or meditate or do whatever it is that brings me to grounding. So if you're the type who like prays to God, now would be the time. Try to use a candle when you do pray. Try to interact with fire and light a candle, and then speak to the candle as if you're speaking to God or your ancestors or your angels or whatever it is that you believe in. And if you don't believe in anything otherwhelmly or something above, you need to find it somehow, even if you're just speaking to your own inner soul, your own like higher self. It feels like you're going through an extremely spiritual time right now. There are some material issues happening, family, love, whatever, but it's all to bring you home spiritually. I'll read the interpretation of this actually. This card, the interpretation here says promptings from the unconscious that should not be ignored. Deep guidance, the voice of the soul urging you on to fulfill your destiny. The path of the unknown. Fear that must be faced in order to grow. Necessary withdrawal from the rat race, from a given situation, from the familiar. Waiting for the right time. Okay, so in essence, just, I guess, to ground it to the question that you asked, it doesn't matter if your family wants you to move out from their house or not. You need to decide whether or not that's something you want and make sure it's coming from a true place. And then trust that whenever it is, trust that your answer, the answer to what you want will come at the right time. Try to lead a more spiritual life and trust in your universe and whatever it is that you pray to. Find something or someone, some people, God to pray to, and believe that your prayers are going to work. And then try to let go and find freedom in that belief. It feels like you need to live you are deserving of a freer life, but you're not actioning that out. Are you an earth sign? Are you into astrology? Please let me know. I'm curious. This is very Capricorn-y. Capricorn, Virgo, or maybe even Scorpio. Feels like you're trying to be in control of as many things as you can as possible. And now is not the time. Now is not the time to be in control of anything. I see, yeah, that's a very Capricorn thing. And you got the Knight of Discs underneath the deck, which is also very Capricornian. So you're essentially being acknowledged for like you're a very like, yeah. It feels like you're like really burdened and it's too much and you need to like relax a little, and your universe and yeah. Oh gosh. Your angels, your universe wants you to be more they want you to trust them more. I don't know. It's hard to do. I get it. So I don't know. Yo. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Sorry. I feel like I've said everything I can, and the rest is up to you being able to trust more in your universe and, okay. And to relax, absolutely. But like, it feels like even saying that word, it's easier said than done. Very simple word to say. It's very simple. But like, I understand why it's so difficult for you to do. I really think that you could find a lot of surprising solace and release in like lighting a candle and praying, specifically with the action of lighting a candle, not just like getting down on your knees or secluding yourself in a room to speak to God. Literally find a white candle, light it and put it on the floor, and then go on your knees and pray to that candle. I think you'll feel surprisingly lighter afterwards, and try to do it as regularly as you can. I'm a Scorpio moon as well. I have to pray every day. If I skip more than 3 days without praying with a white candle, I go insane. And I used to think that it was just me making things up, and like, yeah, I used to think that I was going crazy, but no, it's a thing. It's a thing. Unfortunately, as like a water sign moon, especially a Scorpio one, you are, you have no choice but to live in between realms. You have no choice but to acknowledge how spiritual and intuitive and how energetic your living experience is. You have to acknowledge that part of your life, or else you're going to go insane. And you're going to feel very ungrounded. And please stop trying to give your power to men. You're more powerful than all the men that you worry about. If A is seeing other women, and if you really wanted to move that way, you could like... yeah, I don't know. You could do a ritual that could like curse his relationship life so that he can't see other women, so that any other woman he talks to won't even be interested in him. That's the kind of power you have. But don't do that, because that's, I don't know, do it at your own risk. All of that to say, you are a lot more powerful than you understand, and you need to start understanding it more. I've reached the 1 hour mark of the reading. And I know I said that I go for 1 to 2 hours. Normally what I do is I check the vibe. I feel everything out. According to how busy everything has been, I decide when I'm going to cut it off. This is a Sunday afternoon. It's been very chilled and very quiet. So I don't think I need to go the full 2 hours. So I'm thinking of trying out this last half an hour stretch. So for 30 more minutes, I'll be taking as many questions, exploring ideas, whatever. And if the traction, you are welcome, Pastel Dreams. Thank you for trusting me. If the traction increases or whatever in that 30 minutes, then I'll extend it to another 30. And if not, then I'll just cut it off at the 1 hour 30 mark. So we'll see. We'll just vibe out and see. The Sunday afternoon feels so lovely. And it feels lovely in a way that not many Sunday afternoons have been feeling for the past few weeks. The winter that I've just experienced and just came out of my side, well, it's still coming out of it, but this was a really, really tough winter. It really sucked. I hated it so much. But I learned a lot. And I can appreciate the lessons for what they were. But I'm just very grateful for how this day feels. This Sunday. It feels really, really lovely. And I have the windows open in the room that I'm in. And one of my favorite sounds ever, even from childhood, is the sound of distant music playing. Like happy, joyful, or chill R&B music. Like this feels like a very typical, relaxed Sunday. And I'm really grateful for that feeling. And I hope that you can feel it as well. Wherever you are. Even if life is hectic. I hope that you're enjoying the relaxation of whatever of this day. Okay. Hi, Jasmine. Likewise, thank you. Happy Sunday to you as well. It is a happy Sunday indeed. Sure. Ooh. Hold on a second. I just want to explore the cards that fell out first before I... Oh. Okay, you received the One of Discs and the Six of Rods. Yeah. So... And then you have the Nine of Discs underneath the deck. Awesome. And then you have the King of Swords. Wonderful. Okay. So, okay. The story that I'm receiving with all of these cards falling out is that what's coming next for you in love is probably somebody who can make you feel, who is going to allow you to... I actually don't know the bounds of this question, so I'm just going to answer according to the cards that fell out, right? Something great is coming. Maybe... okay, I don't normally do this, but I feel called to mention the timing of 6 months. Someone who can make you feel safe in your body, who grounds you in your body. Yeah, your chemistry is probably going to be incredible with this person. And they are probably, so this is depending on your sexual orientation, but I'm immediately receiving a man who is very intelligent, knows how to make decisions, take control, thank God. However, it feels also there are more cards coming out that are suggesting that should this love come, or as this love comes, you're going to feel a little bit intimidated. I'm not sure where it's going to come from. So I hope that just to stay ahead of it, you process now all your feelings of potential insecurity, maybe feelings of concerns about not being deserving of someone to take care of you, take control, buy you gifts, giving you nice experiences, or making decisions. Okay, making decisions. It feels like you're somebody who prefers to make decisions by themselves. And what may be coming next in this incoming love is being with someone who doesn't want you to have to who doesn't want you to feel like you're alone in making decisions. Feels like you're used to being alone in making decisions and taking control, and or that's a wounding of yours in needing to accept that of life, that the wound of life is, it could be that you, sorry, hold on. The image I'm getting is of you standing by yourself and someone constantly coming to say, I'm with you, right? You don't have to make these decisions by yourself. I'm here if you need to offload or release emotional baggage or whatever. Yeah, so this person that's coming in is going to trigger that. And, okay, yeah. So let me show you the image of this card. It feels like this is you, and this, whoever it is that's coming to love you, they're gonna be there for you, but in your mind, you're gonna think that you're gonna think that they're trying to hurt you. Feels like you don't trust people, or you're not one to trust people. Like you have your guard up. You kind of suss people out first. Scorpio, Aquarius vibes. Sorry, I'm a star sign girl. I don't know how else to say these archetypes, but I'm saying you have a high wall. It feels like you're a little bit on the defensive end. You don't really tend to trust people. This relationship coming in is going to teach you how to do that. And you can stay ahead of it by learning now how to trust people. Try to open your heart up more. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you for the validation. So yeah. He's going to be very of the mind. Very logical. Which is cool. I love me a logical man. My God. I like men who can be on their feet, you know? And who can like really let you just chill out. Like, you know those videos, there's this, there are these memes on social media of a girl of these couples where the woman is going on a flight and the man is recording the woman go on the flight. And the caption, the woman walks away and the guy goes, watch her forget her suitcase, because she's always used to him dragging the suitcase around, making the plans, making sure they have all the tickets, making sure that their phones are in the wallets and pockets or whatever. It feels like you are going to get the invitation to be that kind of person. However, you're not used to it. So it's going to be a bit weird at first to like, let him take control. Let him make the decisions. Let him carry the suitcases. You know, let him decide where you need to go on your next date. He's going to be doing a lot of that. And it's lovely. And I hope that you can let it happen for yourself when it does come. Like I said, give it about, I never do this again, but I feel called to mention, give it 6 months max, which I think is more than enough time as well to deal with any potential insecurities. Get used to not being alone anymore. This man he's going to want you to feel like you're with him. But he can only do so much, you know? If you're crouched in this position and you stay used to being alone, you stay not trusting people, then the relationship can't work. You have to open up. He wants to be with you. He wants to be by your side. And he wants to give you this feeling wherever he is. He's building it. He's walking slowly towards you. He's going to help you feel this way. And like you can chill the fuck out, you know? So that's great. I love that for you. It's going to be a wonderful relationship. A wonderful experience. just so that I plug myself in, and I feel like mentioning this because I now think that I'm probably going to go live just so that I can discuss the general energies. I felt like I didn't want to go live because I was I suppose over concerning myself with offering something that might go against what your inner truth says, and your inner truth should be what's prioritized during this time. However, as I'm sitting through this day and through this live, I'm feeling into something new, budding about the importance of being authentic. And I've just seen something on Twitter now about someone talking about this vibe of authenticity and how she feels starved of it. Not enough. And again, also something I've experienced over the weekend. But anyway, I'll discuss it on a live stream. I'll go live in like a few hours and speak about it. But yeah, that's what I wanted to plug. That I wasn't so consistent before, but it feels like I'm going to get back on that train of consistency, of going live weekly and tapping into the collective vibe of what we might be processing. I don't tap into the greater collective. I feel that I can only really manage tapping into the collective that's actually interested in me. So yeah, when I say collective, I don't mean the Earth's collective, the greater collective. I just mean the people who fuck with me. And the people who, like, when I speak, they open up and they hear and they understand, you know? Not people who are like, who feel like they want to do this la 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 when I speak, which is cool. There are people who probably do that, and there are people I do that too, you know? There are people who I don't want to hear speak at all. It happens. Some people will resonate, some people won't. So I speak to the people who resonate with me. And for those people, I'll be doing a reading, a collective channeling in a few hours about the vibe of authenticity. You're welcome, Jasmine. Thank you. I appreciate your thank you. We're about to hit the 1 minute 30 mark in about 10 minutes. So I think that with that in mind, I will cut this off then. To anyone who may be present in the live and to anyone watching the playback, thank you. Please be aware that I love doing this. This is like my favorite thing ever. I'm also starting to settle more into the fact that this is what I'm about. This is what I'm made for. Part of the thing that's encouraging the authenticity chat is the fact that over these past few days, I met up with someone who asked me about, this work, essentially. And they were wondering how it is that I'm able to show up authentically in this, because when they do it, they feel crazy and they don't have enough people in their company and in their circle kind of like validating them. And I think maybe for him, he's still expecting like external validation and not validating himself enough. That's how I feel about this, where at first I was expecting a lot of external validation. And if you watch my playbacks, the earlier ones, you'll see there's like I can feel myself growing in confidence and becoming less stringent and tight and hidden about the way that I show up on these lives. There are so many benefits to doing this. And if you're someone who's been interested in doing anything like this, then you should, because I mean, look at how this is happening. I don't have a lot of people viewing my shit, and I don't care to. I love how this is like growing me and changing me and allowing me to show up true to myself. So yeah, I love it. I love this. There's so many reasons to love it, and I don't ever want to stop. While I'm alive, you're going to catch me over here doing this. I don't know how frequently, because I'm not a consistent babe. But like I said, as the weather's getting warmer and the vibes are changing, things are getting different, I'm feeling an opening in general. I will try to come more often, not more consistently. Honestly, I don't care for consistency. Not right now. I'm accepting the fact that I'm not a consistent person, and I feel more comfortable in that and in being open to being flexible. I feel better when I'm more open to flexibility than when I'm trying to be stringent and strict and follow a code and, So who knows when you're going to catch me next, but you're definitely going to catch me again. And if you do want to keep your ears and eyes out, there's that notification thing, right? Turn your notification bells on, subscribe, like. But yeah, I like how a lot of people who catch me on these lives catch me almost by chance. I really appreciate that. Because I love coincidence. So, yeah. If you catch me, you catch me. If you don't, then you can catch me next time. So yeah, 6 minutes left. If I don't get another question in the next 6, then thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I really need to pee, so I'm probably going to rush out of here when this is done. Hey, Nokwanda. Oh, thank you. And thank you for your message. I was actually gonna, because I've already been on for like an hour 30. I've been okay. Thank you. I've really just been okay, actually. These past few days have been very spiritually turbulent in the sense that I've been receiving a lot of like tests and confirmations and divine communication. Like, God has really been alive for me. Obviously in a miracle, yes, kind of way, but also in a wow, this is actually a very spiritual, living and being alive is a very spiritual experience, which is wonderful for me, but it isn't always, it's sometimes it's very scary and daunting and like overwhelming. But I've been alive, you know. Thank you for asking. I was saying that because I've already been on for like an hour 30, I was actually literally going to close it off in about 2 minutes. Yeah, that's actually all I have to say. That's all I have to say. And I really do need to actually kind of like go. But Nokwanda, if you are like, while you are still here, please do go ahead, use my cards for a question if you feel so. Otherwise, I have to close this live off very, very soon. Like in a minute, actually. I needed to go and do something. And I'd already planned in my head that that's what's going to happen. But I hope you've been well. I hope you've been well, and I hope that especially these past 2 weeks in particular, I hope it's been treating you well. Yeah. All right, that's the 1 hour 30 mark, everyone. And I am pressed, and I need to check in with the environment of where I live. So that's me. Again, thank you to everybody who tunes into my work and resonates with me. Thank you, Nokwanda. I send my love to you. Yeah, thank you to everyone who resonates with me. Thank you for being interested in me and my work. I definitely have intention of going live in a few more hours to discuss the collective energies, what I was just talking on, the 8-8 portal aftermath, and integrating that, because it feels like it'll be useful even just for me to ground and remember. So yeah, I'll be live again in a few hours, and until then, if you're only interested in the tarot and live portion of what I do, then I will see you again probably in a few days. I don't know, but definitely sooner than you'd expect. And also thank you to you if you're like interested in my work, interested in this portion of my work, and always keeping your antennas out for when I'm going to do it again. Thank you for being patient with me. And yeah, I'll see you again next time.